Welcome back to the channel. Today we're breaking down one of the most important and complex issues shaping global geopolitics in 2026, why Iran's economy is in crisis, and why the United States has launched military action against Tehran. Stay tuned as we explain this clearly and in simple terms. 1. Iran's economic. Iran's economy is going through one of the worst downturns in its modern history. For years, the country's currency, the rial, has been losing value rapidly, and inflation has soared above 40 to 50%, pushing food, fuel, and daily necessities far beyond what many families can afford. There are several factors behind this crisis. International sanctions, especially by the United States, have choked Iran's ability to sell oil and access global banking systems, cutting off essential revenue. Domestic mismanagement and structural problems, including heavy reliance on a few key sectors and widespread corruption, have weakened long-term growth. High inflation and declining living standards have fueled public anger and triggered protests across cities like Tehran and Isfahan. Put simply, when a country can't earn foreign currency, can't pay for imports, and its citizens can't afford basics, that's not just an economic issue, it becomes a national crisis. 2. The role of sanctions and geopolitical pressure. Much of Iran's economic pain stems from decades of tensions with the West, particularly the United States. After withdrawing from the 2015 nuclear agreement, the US reinstated harsh sanctions aimed at cutting Iran's oil exports and limiting trade. Sanctions are intended to pressure Tehran into changing its policies, especially around its nuclear program and support for regional groups. But they also make it harder for Iran to buy food, medicine, and technology, contributing to shortages and rising prices. So even without direct military conflict, economic isolation has become one of the most powerful tools in modern geopolitics, and in Iran's case, one of the most painful. 3. Why the US has attacked Iran. Now let's address the big question. Why is the United States attacking Iran militarily? On March 1, 2026, the US, along with Israel, launched large-scale strikes inside Iran, killing Iran's supreme leader and targeting military and strategic sites. The official US reasons include preventing nuclear weapons development. The US claims Iran was moving toward weaponizing its nuclear program. Stopping missile threats. Iran's missiles can reach regional US allies. Responding to attacks and threats. US officials point to Iranian support for militant groups and past assaults on US forces. Pushing for regime change. US leaders have said they want to remove Iran's current leadership. It's important to note that many global observers question whether military action will achieve these goals, given the risks of wider conflict and civilian suffering. 4. The connection between economy and conflict. These two issues, economic collapse and military conflict, are connected. Economic hardship weakens governments internally, making political stability harder to maintain. In Iran's case, widespread discontent and rising protests have coincided with tensions abroad. Meanwhile, military escalation, such as the 2026 strikes, disrupts global oil markets and can drive up fuel prices worldwide, affecting economies far beyond Iran. So while sanctions strain Iran's economy, direct conflict adds a dangerous new layer of complexity. In short, Iran's economy is in crisis because of sanctions, internal problems, and global isolation. The US says its attack is meant to stop nuclear development and reduce threats, but it has massive geopolitical consequences. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, hit like and subscribe for more breakdowns on global issues.